Okay. So I'm not really sure what to like call this. But I just wanted to like share some advice to anyone who wants to listen. Um, my name is Tyler. To start off, I'm 19, and last year, in almost 4 weeks from now, was when I first started the gym. Now, for anyone who is thinking about going to the gym, or wants to go, or is currently going, or you know someone who wants to go, I suppose my advice would be like, don't give up. I mean, everyone says that about the gym or about dreams, is don't give up. You know how many times I did give up? I couldn't even count it on my fingers and toes. I mean, I kept looking at myself almost every day. I wondered why I was even going, and like, what was the point, because I wasn't gonna get anywhere. I wasn't gonna physically look any better. I wasn't gonna feel better in any way. That's how I felt. That's how I thought. But I learned it's not just about motivation. It's, yeah, you need the motivation to go, starting off, yeah. And I had crazy motivation. I laid in bed just thinking about the gym. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go tomorrow. And that was just the motivation talking. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get so jacked in 3 months, and I'm gonna look great. I'm gonna get all the chicks. I'm gonna, physically just look great. I'm gonna look like all these fitness influencers online, and let me tell you, yeah, while it didn't happen, I physically, I do look better, and I feel healthier and fit. But I mean, that was motivation, and typically most people lose motivation after 2-3 weeks. Some people last a little bit longer, maybe upwards of 2 months if I had to guess. My motivation, gone in a month. I didn't want to go at all. I hated every minute of it. I did not like waking up sore. I didn't like having to limit my food, what I'm eating, and I didn't like having to cut out all my favorite foods. And while you don't have to cut them out, it makes it easier. If you're trying to bodybuild, if you're just trying to look healthier, if you're trying to be healthier, yeah, you gotta limit out some junk foods. I mean, for me, I pretty much, I quit drinking soda. I have one maybe once a month or something. If that, I mean, it's really if I go out to eat and I just, I don't really care about my macros that day. But I mean, now I pretty much just drink water and protein shakes and maybe milk too. But it's, it was hard. I didn't like it. I didn't like doing what I was doing. I kept wondering, why was I doing this to myself? But I still stuck with it. I figured, let's give it a shot. And I'm coming up on 1 year. Of course, I don't know everything. I couldn't tell you what's the perfect exercise, how to do everything in the gym. I mean, yeah, I could guide a beginner, but I'm not a trainer. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not someone who's been in the gym for 10 years. So, of course, I don't know everything. However, I've learned a lot, not just about the gym. I've learned a lot, myself. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot on how to just live better and healthier. Long story short, just to get straight to the point, discipline. You need discipline. If you want to get anywhere in the gym, sure, your motivation can be gone. 3 weeks, you can have all the motivation you want. You can sit in your bed, be motivated, so motivated to do something at 3 in the morning, right? A lot of people, they'll sit and think to themselves, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get jacked, and it's going to be the greatest thing ever, right? We all have that 3 a.m. motivation, people call it, or, whatever you want to call it. But, it really just comes down to about staying consistent, disciplining yourself. Even if you're going for 20, 30, 45 minutes a day, most people don't even go. Most people don't even bother trying to work towards something, even a few minutes a day. Think about it like this, okay? If you're a little bit bigger, if you're a little bit overweight, and I was overweight, I'm still technically, in a sense, for my height, overweight, but I don't really consider myself overweight anymore. If you just go walk 10 minutes a day, that 10 minutes eventually turns into a micro habit. That micro habit eventually turns into a macro habit, and eventually it just becomes a daily thing. It's part of your life, and you like doing it, right? So those 10 minutes, I'm not saying, go to the gym 10 minutes. Come on. But you got to look at it in the sense of if you just put in even 50% of the work starting out, if you just half-ass it starting out, you're not gonna, if you continue to do that, you're not gonna really get anywhere. You'll get some gains. If you're working towards something different from the gym, you'll get somewhere, but it's not gonna be where you want to be. It's not gonna be, if you're half-assing the work, you're gonna get half-assed results. It's point blank. It's simple, really. But it's just like, even starting out, you just go 30 minutes a day. Turns into a habit. That's what I did. I didn't go 30 minutes a day. Back then, I spent too long in the gym. I'll just leave it at that. Definitely overtrained myself, and I probably could have had better gains if I knew what I was doing. But, I was a beginner. I had no idea what I was doing. I just went in there and I expected, okay, the more I train this one muscle group, the bigger it's going to get, the more gains I'm going to get. But I still went every day. I had my rest days. I had my 2-3 rest days a week, but I still went. So it's just about discipline, and that can apply for anything. If you're going to college, right? Whether you're already in college or not, or if you're thinking about going to college, not a lot of people like school. I know I'm one. I never liked school. I didn't like going to school at all. But if you're going to go to college, or if you're in college, if you just put in the work, you go, you do your work, you study hard, you just, you discipline yourself, you say, okay, well, let me study for this exam, let me study for this final, and let me make sure I can, get a good score on it and pass the class, or just, get a good grade or whatever. You just discipline yourself, do the hard work before you play. It's what the whole, work hard, play hard saying's about. It's work first, then you get your fun, that's what I do. I wake up, it's 7:11 in the morning right now. I just got done in the gym. And I work at 9 o'clock. So, I got up early. I got my work out of the way. I got my gym workout out of the way. Usually I do it after work, but decided I'd wake up early and do it today instead. So, I got it out of the way. And once I go to work, get out of work, then, I got my fun time. I get to hang out with my friends, do whatever I want. But, I put in the work. I put in the work before I relax. But it really is just about staying consistent. Like I said, if you're a beginner to the gym or thinking about going, or someone who wants to go, don't expect results in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks you can expect maybe very minor things. You could say, for me, in 3 to 6 weeks, I noticed, I could do, I could just move around just a little bit easier, or exercises became a little bit easier for me. Or I noticed, I could, now I still struggle doing dips, but I don't really train them that much, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the pressure it puts on my joints, but in 3 to 6 weeks, I noticed, and I used to not be able to do dips, and 3 to 6 weeks I was able to do, I think it was 1 or 2. But that's still progress. You can expect results like that, potentially. It depends on, are you really dedicated? Are you gonna, hit your macros every day? You're gonna rest, train hard. But, don't expect results in overnight. It doesn't happen. You got to play the long game, and unfortunately, as much as it sucks, as much as you want that beach bod for summer or just want to get big, it doesn't happen overnight. I've been at the gym for, like I said, almost a year now, and just recently, as of last November, I started cutting. I wasn't really full on cutting. I was just I half-assed the cut, but I stuck to it. I still did it every day. Whether I had a lot of cheat meals. I wasn't properly hitting my macros. I wasn't staying in the whole calories in, calories out type of thing. I wasn't really dedicated to it as much as I am now. But I still tried. That's really all that matters, is that you still try. Because most people, they don't even try. They don't want to try. They don't want to take that first step, whether it's a large, small, or baby step. Doesn't matter. Most people don't want to do it. And that's what separates you from everyone else, is taking that first step. That first step is I'd say probably the most important part of any journey. Going to the gym, going to college, maybe starting a business, just achieving any dream you want. Taking that first minor step is the most important in that journey, because no one else wants to take that step, and that's definitely the hardest part, is actually taking that step, putting yourself through that doorway that no one wants to open. So it's if now it's I'm actually cutting. I'm actually staying on top of my macros. Yeah, I don't hit my macros probably every day, but I'm still in a caloric deficit, and I'm still, I'm a lot more on track with it than I was a long time ago. I never did cardio. I'll admit that. Never did cardio, never liked it. I just, I have asthma. It was hard for me. I was 257 on my heaviest, so cardio was just hard for me. I was fat. I had a lot of extra weight on me. And I was considered obese. So I didn't like cardio. It was hard for me. I didn't like it. I didn't train it, didn't do it, didn't want to. Now I do. I do enjoy cardio. The only thing that kind of holds me back sometimes is, my shin splints. It's, I just gotta strengthen my shins. I know how to deal with that. They are getting better. But, now I'm staying on top of it. It's those micro habits, like I went, going back to. That first day I started cutting, it was November 1st. Just hit a pothole. That first day, I started building these little micro habits. I was watching, most of the time I was watching what I eat. Now I do. I mean, sometimes I indulge in a little chocolate, but I have a sweet tooth. I can't help it too much. I do try and eat fruit, which, I do now, but when I have a sweet tooth. But, it's just about building the micro habits that turn into macro habits, and eventually it's just an everyday thing you don't even think about doing. I mean, I'm to the point, it's like, genuinely speaking, if I were to go out and eat fast food, if I go to like McDonald's or Taco Bell, I could take 2 bites of a burger, 2 bites of a burrito, whatever, upset stomach immediately. I mean, my body is completely transformed, and it's adjusted to just eating healthier. And it's weird. It's like I don't crave those foods anymore. I don't crave drinking soda. I really don't eat sweets. I don't eat candy as much as I used to. I mean, when I was younger, I could down a bag of Skittles. Now, if I tried that, I'd probably throw up. And that's literally that was just by changing and watching out what I'm eating, It's just crazy. I mean, sometimes I still don't even believe, is this, really true? Is this really where I'm at? And it's like, it's weird to me, I still can't fully comprehend it sometimes, and there's other times where it's like, holy shit, And, I feel good about my progress. Like, it's just weird, man. It really is. But, my advice, just long story short, my advice, you're going to have that motivation's going to go away. It may come and go at sometimes. Yeah, it does for me. Sometimes I'm more motivated to go to the gym and grind hard and train hard and, really stay on top of everything. And then there's other times where it's straight discipline. I don't want to go. I don't want to wake up, put on my shoes, go to work. I don't want to go to the gym every day. I don't want to do it. Sometimes I just want to indulge and just not, be cutting. Sometimes it really is just discipline. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you want results, you got to put in the work. Like I said, you're going to half-ass something, you get half-ass results. If you're going to whole-ass it, then you're going to get whole-ass results, probably exactly what you want. But, I do recommend it. There is no negatives from my experience. I have had no negatives from going to the gym. Only negative about the gym is you have the potential to injure yourself. Yeah, that is definitely negative. But that's if you're just stupid. That's if you don't know what you're doing. If you're ego lifting real heavy ass weight, yeah, it's not, you're gonna injure yourself. I mean, sometimes, yeah, ego lifting's good, but not, if you can only bench 100 or 135 and you try and go for, let's shoot for a PR of 225. No. That's just plain, that's outright stupid. You're gonna injure yourself. You're not gonna get that weight up. If you don't have a spot, good luck to you. But I mean, I lost track of what I was saying. But I mean, yeah, if you want results, you got to work for them. I mean, I'm still working for mine. You know, you could set goals for yourself. I set micro goals for myself, you know. I, like, for the whole weight loss thing, I didn't see it as, oh, I gotta lose 50 pounds. Oh, I gotta lose 30 pounds. Or for someone who's heavier, oh, I gotta lose 100 pounds. Or for someone who's trying to bulk up, oh, I gotta bulk up to 50 pounds. And it's, I don't look at it like that, because high numbers, it's more overwhelming for me. For some people, it's probably more, it could be different. It's like more motivating to them. But for me, it's just more overwhelming. It's like, oh, that's like a lot of weight, you know, that I gotta put on or that I gotta lose. But if you see it as, okay, let me take this at a pound at a time, or 2 pounds, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I take it about 5 to 10 pounds at a time. That to me is more manageable. That to me, it feels like I could accomplish it a lot easier. I could achieve that goal a lot easier, and I do. It's, if I set those micro little goals for myself, I achieve them a lot easier. And it's just about taking those little steps at a time. You know, don't take one large step. I like taking small steps. If you take small steps, I just feel like you're gonna stick to it a little more. You know, that's my opinion. It could be totally different for other people. It could be different for you. But I mean, you know, that's just my opinion on the matter, is take those small steps. I mean, you'll learn a lot of things, whether it's about yourself, about your goals, about the gym. But I mean, you'll learn to do things. You'll learn to change your habits, and your habits will naturally change. I mean, if you set one micro habit, like I said, going for a walk every day. If you go for a walk every day for, let's just say 30 minutes. If you walk for 30 minutes every day, yeah, eventually, as long as you stick with it, that'll become hopefully a permanent habit, or at least one you keep for a long time. But if you do that, eventually you'll naturally start setting, you know, new goals for yourself. You'll naturally change some of your habits. Like, for me, when I started cutting, you know, I watched what I ate for the most part. Sometimes I really didn't. But now I just naturally, like, I don't even think about it for the most part. I don't even think about, you know, that's, you know, I don't really want fast food. You know, I know that's going to make my stomach hurt, so instead let me eat an apple. Or so instead let me eat chicken, rice, and broccoli. You know, and to most people, you know, a burger is more appealing than an apple, or chicken, rice, and broccoli, or eating a steak. Well, I mean, a lot of people like steak. But to a lot of people, a burger, you know, fries, fried chicken, that's more appealing than healthy food. I mean, a lot of people don't like it, but a McDonald's meal, Big Mac, large fry, large Coke, doesn't have nutrients. It's not good for you. I mean, it's all fat. I mean, I work at a place that's kind of like Subway. You know, I make sandwiches, and you know, some of those sandwiches, I mean, all of them, they're high in calorie. It's supposed to be considered healthy, and even the healthy sandwiches, the veggie sandwich we have is like 700 calories, which is ridiculous. You'd think a veggie sandwich, okay, you know, that's got to be healthy for you. 700 calories. Most people, the daily recommended amount of calories, you know, every day is 2,000. I know my base metabolic rate is about 1,700, something like that. You know, that's just if I lay in bed all day, don't move, don't do anything. Naturally, my body will burn 1,700 calories. You know, if I get up and move and I do stuff, yeah, I'm gonna burn more calories. So if you just think about it, okay, 700 out of 2,000, It's a lot of calories, you know. And that's just a sandwich. And you could, you know, it's got a lot of fat, a lot of carbs, not a whole lot of protein. Well, it's a veggie sandwich, but I mean, there's other sandwiches. Like there's an Italian sandwich, and you can get it on, you know, a 12-inch baguette, right? And that sandwich is probably, I think it's the highest calorie sandwich we have. It's like 1,600 calories. And I see a lot of people order that sandwich and sometimes even add things to it. So it's in just one sandwich, to most people, could probably consume either half or the whole thing in one meal. That's your whole caloric intake for the day. And not everyone works out. Not everyone is, you know, doing something physical. So it's, you know, I mean, you're just gonna put on weight, and that's one meal, or within 2 meals. But that's, you know, that's not including the side, or, you know, a large drink. I think it's like a 32-ounce cup. And in that in itself, you know, that's even more calories. So, you know, long story short, I make smarter decisions on, you know, okay, well, this has a lot of calories in it. Let me look at the macros. Okay, the macros aren't that good. Probably not going to eat it. Now, if I've gone most of the day, haven't had too many calories, or I just burned a lot of calories, yeah, I mean, I'll consider it, but it just depends, you know. Did I hit my macros for the day? Do I still have calories I can eat? I mean, if I'm hungry, if I've hit my macros, yeah, I'd think about eating it. But, you know, just got to take that into consideration. It's just micro habits, macro habits, and eventually a lifestyle. You just don't think about it. I don't even think about it anymore. I really don't. But yeah, I don't really know what to call this. I'm not sure, but this is something I want to do. You know, just kind of like share my story a little bit, share how I live, my lifestyle, my opinions, my thoughts. I mean, whether you watch it or not, whether you like the video or not, I don't care. I mean, you could say whatever you want to me, negative, positive, you know, I don't care. I mean, if you know, make a good point, I'll look at your point, and I might agree with you. I'm just sharing my opinions and my thoughts and how I'm living. You know, you don't have to live by how I'm living. You don't have to live exactly like I'm living. I don't expect you to. I don't expect anyone to ever to. But, you know, it's live how you want. I'm not telling you how to live. This is just how I live my life. This is how I hope to live my life. You know, just live a healthy lifestyle. But you know, the gym has definitely changed me quite a bit, and only in positive ways. Like I said, I've been going to the gym just under a year now. You know, coming up in a couple weeks, April 13th, actually. Today is March 12th. So, what is that, 32 days? 31, something like that. Literally in about a month. But it's changed me. I love it. I love it. I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't want to go every day. I don't always want to do it. But I still do it. You know, why do I do it? I do it because I know it's good for me. I know, you know, if I stop doing it, I'm going to become unhappy with myself. It's like, oh, why did you stop doing it? You know, none but positive benefits. I mean, I'll admit, you know, I was depressed. I wasn't happy with life. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I was uncertain. I mean, I'm still uncertain, but I used to not appreciate life. I just, like, shrugged everything off, took everything for granted. Now the gym has partially, other, it's like 50% probably, 40%, 50%. The rest of it, I myself have done other things to change my mentality. But the gym definitely helps me, because, you know, I was doing something for myself, something healthy, something beneficial, and, you know, it's just, it's good for you. It's good to work out. It's what your body's meant to do. It's, you know, but, you know, now my mentality's changed. I appreciate life a lot more, and I'm thankful to be alive and to wake up every day. And it's something I could, with most certainty, say a lot of people probably don't do. A lot of people probably don't appreciate life, and if they do, they probably take a lot of things for granted. You know, if you have someone you love in your life, make sure they know you love them, because tomorrow they might not be there. You know, don't take things for granted. You know, tomorrow is not guaranteed. A lot of people say that, but it's true. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if you wake up tomorrow, be thankful. Be thankful, because the chances of you even being alive right now, completely astronomical. Like, it's just astronomically large. Like, it's not even comprehensible. Neil, I think his name's Neil deGrasse Tyson. He once said, and I remember, this is something that's just like, whoa, mind-blowing. But he said, most people who could be born will never be born in 100 million billion years. However long humans are around, even if we're around to the end of the universe, when everything dies and comes to a complete halt, everyone who could be born will not be born. In fact, most people will not be born. And it's just like, if you think about it, it's such a large, uncomprehendable number. You can't, I mean, it's literally a miracle to be alive. Yeah, I don't know the exact number. He did, I think, say the exact number, or somewhere around it, about the percentage of you being born, and it's so low. It's literally a miracle. It's you know, it's, even now, you can't comprehend it at all. It's such a large number. Just be thankful to be alive. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Live your life like it's the last day of your life every day. You know, I'm not saying go out, go party, go drink. I'm not saying go do something that could put you in jail. I'm not saying live your life like that. I'm saying live your life like it's the last day. Let me rephrase this. For people who have cancer and they know they're probably gonna die, say within 6 months, their whole mentality changes. It gets to a point, it's like I mean, as long as they're hopeful, if they're not someone who doesn't really care and just wants it to be over with, for someone who wants to live their life and be happy for those, say, last 6 months, they're gonna live it. They're gonna make the best of it. You know, not everyone gets a good deck of cards or a good hand dealt. You know, everyone is dealt a different hand, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's amazing, or whether it's the worst hand ever dealt. It's make the best of it. That's really all I can say. It's just appreciate everything. I mean, just appreciate even being able to see. You know, there's people out there who can't see. We're born without vision, you know, and they may never see. There's people who are born deaf or eventually become deaf. Or someone is born with some condition where they don't have a limb or fingers or something. And if you have a perfectly healthy body in a sense, or if you have everything and it all works, appreciate that. Or, if you don't have everything, or if everything doesn't work, or if you can't see out of one eye, or you're partially deaf, or you're completely deaf, or whatever, or if you're missing a limb, if you're crippled, right? Probably shouldn't. I don't even know. Is that like a cancellation type of thing? Like, would I get canceled for that? I don't know. But if you're handicapped in some way, appreciate your life too, because yeah, you have challenges, but you're still here. Yeah, things are a little bit more difficult for you, but you're still here. You're still alive. You're still breathing. And you, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, we are the ones who get to die. Most people who could be born won't ever be born, and we are the ones who get to live and get to die. It's just appreciate it. That's what I do, and that's what I currently am doing. It's something I'm still learning for the most part, but the gym definitely helped with that. I mean, I did other things, but the gym definitely helped with that. And then, you got the physical benefits. You got the physical benefits. Physically, I feel better. I'm a lot more flexible. I'm starting to be able to do like the things my body was actually meant to do. Like I'm learning to run. It's just hard. I have shin splints, and like I said, I'm figuring that out. How to deal with those. But I'm learning to do those things again. Like not even again, pretty much for the first time. But I'm learning to do them. I'm learning, okay, this is what my body was meant to do. So how do I get there so it can just do its thing? It's great, yeah, physically I look better. Physically I have muscle mass. I'm a lot stronger. And overall I just feel great, physically, mentally, emotionally. And, I use the gym as like a coping mechanism. I can, if I had a bad day, go pump some iron. If I went through something, really negative, went through a bad life change, and recently I did, yeah, deal with it outside of the gym too, of course. Don't just run away from your emotions, run away from your thoughts and feelings. You got to take care of those outside of the gym. But, you can get your anger out, go lift some steel. Or, take it out if you like running, you don't like working out, or like going to the gym to get stronger. Take it out on running or walking or skiing, whatever you want to do. Just like take those negative emotions, put them towards something positive, and you will get results. As long as you stay consistent, of course. Like I said, it's about discipline. The motivation comes and goes. You may never have it. You may have it, and then it will go away. For me, in the case, I had it, lost it, and then on occasion I'll get it again for a short period of time, or a lengthened period of time, and lose it. And everything else in between, including when I have motivation, it is also strictly discipline. Like I said, that goes without saying. That goes for anything in life. Doesn't matter what challenge it is. Doesn't matter like I said, you're going to college, starting a new job, moving somewhere, starting a business. There's going to be challenges for everything, but as long as you just do your best, do what you can, just try, take that first step. It's really all that matters. And as long as you just, stay consistent with it, whatever it may be, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Don't let someone ruin your dreams at all. You are the only person holding you back. You're the only person who who can tell you what to do. Yeah, people can tell you what to do. People can say don't do that, but you don't have to listen to them. They can say it, but you don't have to listen to them. You know why? Because you are you. No one can control you except you. And that's something I realized not too long ago. In the past few weeks is, I am the only one holding me back to my absolute maximum limit. I'm not saying, overtrain. I'm not saying work yourself to death or anything. But you got to push yourself, And that's what I do. I realized, it's not other people. It's not outside external forces holding me back or preventing me from doing something. It's literally just me. And once you realize that, it becomes a little bit easier. I mean, yeah, it's still challenging, of course, but it becomes a little bit easier. I don't know, but it's almost 8 o'clock, so gotta get ready for work, unfortunately. Or I should say, fortunately, a lot of people don't have a job. I shouldn't take it for granted, because any day, every employee is replaceable. It doesn't matter what company, every employee is replaceable. So I should be thankful I have a job and am able to work and make money and, and buy things that I need, things that I want. Should be thankful for it. But, yeah, something I'm probably going to do. Maybe every day, maybe once in a while, a couple times a week. Just hop on here, share my thoughts and feelings about whatever. Kind of like a podcast, but like real time. You get to see my face, but I'm just driving in a car. Or wherever else I may be. Could be on a hike or something, but yeah, anyway. Stay consistent. Stay disciplined. Stay motivated. Don't stay motivated. Stay disciplined. Whatever. Just don't give up. But you guys take care. Take care.